during the day, I can feel that resistance, that angst, just different things, just different, putting me in different moods kind of thing. And and I went, oh my gosh, I just remember hearing Bill
Pettit?
Pettit saying that that's a gift. It's a gift. And I went, oh my God, it's a gift to wake me up, and I'm taking myself too seriously. You know, um, it's a gift. It's my guidance telling me my thoughts are contaminated. And it
Right.
was just so fun. I better do that
Oh,
quick.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
And it's just it was just so fun, and I just started laughing, that's just when I feel that it's just I've gotten off
Yeah,
track. I'm taking things too seriously.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And the old days, before I knew about that, I would, that feeling would make me go deeper into what I was thinking, right? So
Absolutely,
I
because
feel
you're trying to
that
get out
and
of
I
it.
think,
Yeah.
well, I really have to figure this out. I have to work this through. I
Yeah.
have to come get to the bottom of it. I have to understand, or be better at whatever it is. But now using that feeling as feedback that
Yeah.
we're off in our little mind thinking. I love how
Yeah.
Sid calls ego the little mind,
Yeah. Yeah.
personal thinking, the
Mhm.
little mind. Yeah, what a gift. It is a
It
gift
is a gift. Yeah. So that's
if
been
if
that's
we know
been
how to
pretty huge
use it.
for me. Yeah. That's been pretty huge for me.
Yeah, you're seeing how to, like, do you have an example?
Well, I mean, I remember just feeling resistance Monday or something, just a resistance, just a, gnarly, I don't know. And I went, oh my gosh, what a gift. Because I felt I wanted to get out of it. I was aggravated by it. And then it just, popped in, what a gift. And everything just relaxed. And I just went on my way. Yeah, things changed.
We're always one thought away from a better
I know.
experience.
I
Oh,
know.
sure, one thought that led you to a much better
I
experience. How
know.
cool is
And
that?
it stayed with me. Yeah. Yeah.
And it stayed with you. So you didn't go back to that old feeling of resistance.
I mean, anytime I've just, I don't even, maybe I haven't, but it's when I feel, different uncomfortable feelings, I'm going, it's just a gift. It's a gift. I just welcome it, and it moves on through. Yeah.
And then what happens next? You get relief.
Yeah. I get relief and I do whatever needs to be done.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
Or wants to be done. Yeah.
It's like before I hit record, I was talking about the conveyor belt of life, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Life, it's like we're on this conveyor belt. It just will always bring us to the next, to the next, to the next, whatever the next is. We don't know what it is.
Hmm.
We can't predict the future. But
Hmm.
if you're get stuck, we can get stuck on that conveyor belt, and jam it up,
And I used to get
thinking.
so stuck. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's so easy to get stuck and jam things up. And then,
Mhm.
but the minute you recognize
Mhm.
that we don't have to do that to ourselves, it's not helpful, it's not productive, we, we're off on another trajectory. We're
Mhm.
off on the conveyor belt again. It starts moving again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cool. Do you find that too, Sharon?
Yeah.
More now than ever before?
This is all still really, really super new to me. And so I'm every day I like if I think something that is not what I consider, a positive thought, or I'm just like, I don't have to stay with that. I can just go to something else. I mean, I literally have gone through periods where I wake up in some kind of weird mood from what I dreamt and thought, well, that's going to set the tone for my day and I have no control over it, which just sounds really stupid. You know, I literally, I thought, and then I would analyze, wow, why do I feel that way? And I'm like, I don't care what it's just a thought. The channel will change pretty soon. It's like you said, the conveyor belt. Next, next, keep going. I just don't let it doesn't have control over me anymore. I
Yeah.
just, like I said, I just came upon this like in March or something. And I really did pay attention at first and finally listening and watching people. And I'm like, I gotta figure this out. I have to listen. And then as soon as I started listening, I was like, when I first met you, Lori, I was in a like a not a tumble, but a aha like for 2 weeks. It was literally like that. And so it's just now I'm doing a lot of reading
Yeah.
and less thinking and trying to go for that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it's I've done so many different things that I can't even keep track of them. Little things, just changes, good changes.
Because you're not letting yourself get so caught up in negative thinking. So you have more
Yeah,
energy, more.
the way I'm dealing with things. I mean, and I've come up, my wisdom's come up. I I'm doing, made big decisions that I need to make and that I was putting off. And I'm like, because if your mind settles, that's what I keep hearing. Your mind settles, you're going to know what to do. And I've had that's happened to me more than once, big stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is neat. I don't have to lose my mind over all this stuff. It
Yeah.
took me a long time to, yeah. So it's kind of to me, it's kind of a miracle. I had like 10 years ago, I kind of had through a Zen type thing, but it didn't last because I didn't keep up with it or whatever. I just kind of, and didn't surround myself with it and all that. So I'd been there kind of, but part was missing because I didn't know about the thoughts and all that kind of stuff. So to see this again, this is just to me, I feel like a walking miracle.
Yeah, it's so
Mhm.
true, isn't it? That, you know, we can feel better if we're doing something, I don't know, whatever your thing is, yoga or riding a bike or whatever your thing is. It's easy to have that nice feeling. But when you understand the mechanism behind that, so to speak, when you understand that it's because your thoughts quieted down, you just, you're in that, what do they call that moment? Not that Zen moment. It's, ah, in the, can't think of the word. I think it starts with a Z.
Flow, in the flow or the zone or
In the flow is one way, and in the anyway, it doesn't matter. You get it. It's that word that I think Michael Jackson termed the word when he's in. Um, he would have these great basketball shots because he would get in that mode where he was in the game. He wasn't thinking it through.
Right.
Wasn't caught up in his thinking.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's, so understanding how it works helps us be there more often.
Mhm.
We just like remember this is not useful getting all caught up in my negative thinking. you're never gonna get to the end of it. You're never gonna unravel it. You're never gonna solve it from that.
Yeah. And before, I just believed it. I mean, I thought it was really true, really, really true. Yeah. And it was saying something about me,
Yeah,
no one else. Yeah.
whatever negative
And that's
thinking you were
huge because
doing.
that I was really making a thing out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And it's really cool that the neatest thing, or one of the, there's so many, that we have a default setting of wellness. Let me tell you, because I've been given like many labels, and I'm like, geez, I could go down the whole line, and everybody's got a little of something, and I'm like, I knew it was all BS, and now
And now you see.
oh, it's so free, because it doesn't feel very good when somebody says, well, you're this, that, you're in this little box, and you will always be that way. And no, 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 you're not going to do that to me. So that's, that was
right.
very too. I wish you always wish you would have known this before, but I don't know if I would have been receptive. So
Yeah. Yeah. Me too.
I don't know if I mentioned this in one of the other webinars, but Sid would say in the future there will be one label or one diagnosis, which is the misuse of the ability to think, and we all do it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
yep,
until
Yeah.
we understand, we're going to misuse our ability to think a lot less often when we understand how it works.
Mhm. Mhm.
That it's not telling you any truth. It's not giving you a truth about who you are in the world or what you're supposed to be or who you should be or what you should be doing. It's not giving you any truth whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's just your little mind.
Yeah.
It's a
Just
little mind,
that sweet little ego. Yeah.
the little ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I just, yeah. It's so,
When I first heard this, I just had a memory. You two are reminding me. It sounded to me like I was just gonna vegetate. I would vegetate. I wouldn't be productive. How am I ever gonna be productive in life if the whole name of the game is relaxing and calming down and not pushing, letting life come to you? I really had fearful thinking
yeah.
that I wasn't going to make anything of life. I'd be sitting in a corner or something like that. But it's not true.
Mm.
That's not true. I told myself that story. That is absolutely untrue because I am more energized, more creative,
Mhm.
and I get more done when I feel better and I'm not pushing myself.
Yeah.
It's wild. And you both have the same experience, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, I'm not alone. I know that. But I think at first it takes some courage. It takes courage to go there to a more relaxed state and see what happens. You have to see what happens in life. And that kind of the results are what encourage us to relax more.
Mhm. 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 Yeah. For me, I was pretty relaxed already, but it was, or I appeared relaxed maybe, because I certainly, had stuff going through my head that I believed. Yeah, for me, it's freed up. I think less of myself. And I don't mean less, I mean, I don't think of myself as much as I used to. Like, what will they think of me? Da 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 da. Da. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
what a
that's huge.
relief.
That's huge because that can stop me
Yeah.
in my tracks. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is a big relief. Oh my gosh.
right.
Not caring.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that comes with age, but, and maybe it does
Yeah,
come
some, but I
some.
still,
Okay.
it's more so with this for sure.
Yeah.
Because we can't control what people think of us.
Right.
I mean,
It's coming from their thought system.
it's coming from their thought system. Yeah. No matter what we do.
Right. Right. There's always going to be the people who think you're greater than you think, and people who think you're less than you think. And it doesn't
Exactly.
matter. There's
It
no
does.
scale. It's like, what are we comparing ourselves to?
Right.
There's no, it's like some imaginary scale.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I can't imagine what my life would be like if I didn't have whatever my current understanding of how thought works is. It
Mhm.
didn't come out really good, but like our understanding of thought, once you get a glimpse of it, and I know both of you have seen this, you get a little glimpse of how it works, and that grows, and life gets
Mhm.
easier, more satisfied with whatever happens,
Yeah.
knowing that we can't control what happens, but we can have a different relationship with our thinking. That's really what the bottom line is for me, the way I see it, that getting into this new relationship with my own thinking, it's like a new relationship with yourself,
Yeah. Yeah.
where you get easier on yourself. You're, um,
So much easier on
yeah,
myself. Oh my gosh. I love my humanness sometimes, you know? It's really it really allows you to embrace it.
yeah,
I mean, we're human.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that with clients, they so often are judging themselves
Mm.
for mistakes they've made, or they wish they had done things differently, and they wish they were in a different place. And to see them light up when they hear that it's all, however they hear it, that it really is all perfect. Now, whatever we went through in the past is just grist for the mill of understanding.
Mhm.
When you're not judging it, when you're not judging your past, you can see it as a learning. We learn from that,
Absolutely.
and we see the humanity in everybody then, because you realize we're all up against our own thinking. And we're not always going to realize in that moment what a gift it is, what a gift this negative feeling is.
Mhm.
We can wake up to that more often in life, but you can't expect yourself to always catch it when you
Yeah.
get caught
Yeah.
up. And then you forgive yourself the minute you realize it, the minute you
Mhm.
say, whoops, 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 whoops.
Yeah. Once I get out of it, the next day I can reflect back on it and just, there's a learning. There's always a learning.
Always, yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if have you both found this, that it seems to me the hardest things we've been through are really the places we've grown the most.
Yeah.
I mean, I see that with my clients. I know that's true with me. Just wondered if it was true
Yeah.
for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
And you don't see it at the time necessarily. You're going
No,
through,
because you're in the thick of it and it's,
you're in the thick of it. You're all caught up. And it's not looking like, oh, goody, this is going to be enlightening in the future. Oh, goody. No.
Yeah.
I noticed a lot of little things like that I've recognized that I've made a lot of rules over the years. Don't do this, that. I have to do this, then, and that. Just silly little ritual rules for everything. And so now, most of the time, I catch myself and I'm like, oh, that's that rule's out the door. That just can't wait anymore. I'm like, and you have to see the look of my boyfriend's face. He's like, "You're doing what?" And it's something like silly stuff, like going to the store at nighttime. Well, that's weird now because of Corona. I tried to go early, but silly, simple stuff like that. And he'll look, what? You're gonna go do that? And he knows what I'm doing. I have to watch it because I am always talking about it. But he is reading Second Chance, slowly but surely, and he gets to hear all my. But he sees all the little. He can tell. He knows,
Yeah.
and we're in the relationship is really,
Yeah.
really gotten better. And I started
Yeah.
listening to one of your I have to slow down because there's so much information and things, but you have a webinar that I think it was from a year ago or something about relationships and the blind spots. And I started watching that and I never finished it. I'm like, oh, I got to go back to that because I was like, oh, who me? Because I already knew, I just didn't think about it too much. But blind spots and relationships. No, I'm the perfect one. But anyway, that was, yeah. So that's gotten better just automatically because it's just everything. I guess it's like an onion. It's just
Yeah.
I notice little things here and there, or my old thinking pops up. Not anything big, but I mean, big things have happened too, but the little things are kind of fun because I challenge my thinking all the time. Like, not in a bad way, just like, no, you don't really have to do that. Let's try something new. And I'm not, I kind of like the same. I I hate and love, to do the same thing. So I don't know. It's just I'm still wrapping my head around it, the whole experience. Last
Yeah.
few months.
That's so great.
That is
Yeah.
great.
When you can realize, boy, the old me would never respond to this way, whatever this is, whatever event is happening. So did I hear right that your boyfriend is reading Second Chance?
Yes,
Oh, cool. Wow.
and I every time I come a little, I know he has to see the insight for himself, and he's pretty easygoing and stuff, but this will I've told him about the story, that he'll say, oh, he's shy, and I said, no, you're not. That's just like, oh, you've been telling yourself that all these years. You're and I said, just like and I forget what example I used for myself. I said, that's just a story. You you don't have to be that way. And so I told him, something about different things I watched and saw and learned. And he's like, hmm. And I watch him because he picks up on some of the stuff I tell him. So then I see him thinking. I like it. And he's a really, really good person just all by himself. But I'm seeing that more too. So yeah.
Wow.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
It, it really, I'm just like I said, I'm on an adventure now. I'm always grinning, which I smile a lot anyway. But I'm always like, because people are sometimes I feel not bad because my guilt, I have no guilt anymore either. I forgot about that. That's kind of a biggie. I, I'll get a little tinge and I'll go, nah, that doesn't serve me. So that's another thing. But anyway, people are so stressed out, about Corona and everything. And I'm like, I have things happening to me too, but I'm like, oh, the outside that's not going to affect my mood, I mean, things are still going to happen. You just have to, it's from the inside out. So, yeah.
Yeah. What a difference. It creates a whole different life, doesn't it? To not be
And
at
I just
the,
started. So,
yeah. We're not at
That
the,
is the fun part because we do, I mean, we just keep seeing more and more things.
yeah,
And that's,
Yeah.
yeah. Life happens and we don't have to be at the mercy of it.
yeah,
Right.
Like I used to be, like you pointed out, so many people are over COVID that they're getting themselves so worked up over it.
oh, it just breaks my heart. Some of these, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got friends that way that just can't see any.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. Then, you know, we're learning so much from it.
Mhm.
We really are. For one thing, how to be happier on our own, right? 'Cause
Mhm. Yeah,
we're not being as social anymore. So
Yeah.
people are either having a really, really hard time being on their own, or they're finding out that they like themselves a lot more than they realized.
yeah, yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. They're seeing that, yeah, they don't have to stay so busy, which is
yeah.
awesome. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
So what else have you have any good stories to tell?
Well, Sharon, you must be doing something right with your boyfriend. You don't have an agenda.
No, no.
And I get it. I'm that way with my clients, but with my daughters, I mean, because I'll send them things to listen to, some 3P, that I think might be real helpful because they're young mothers. They've got a lot going on, but they never listen to those things and they only listen to their own podcasts, which make things, 3Ps makes it more, it's a subtractive psychology. What they listen to it in it is an additive psychology. And so I can feel myself getting agitated. And I know that's a gift right there, letting me know my ego's getting in the way. But, so I'm learning some real patience and yeah, just, because I mean, it's not that they're not hearing some good stuff. That's my ego getting in the way. I get that. I get that. So, and
Wow.
they're busy right now. They're just busy being moms of young kids, babies and all.
Yeah.
And, they don't have time to, they just listen to what they think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've just got to be more patient with that. I want to be more patient with that.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, in the middle of telling that story, I think you had an insight, Joanne.
I don't know. Help, tell me, did I? I don't know. I mean, I know I can feel myself getting worked up. I can feel it. And I know that's just ego. I know it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's an awesome thing. So, I
That
just,
you know something better than they do,
exactly.
right?
That's exactly what's coming in. Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't like that, but I can settle down from that because I notice,
Yeah.
it's not a good feeling.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It's
Yeah.
so easy
I'm fine with
to
my
go
clients.
into
I
judgment.
could care less. I mean, they either get it or they don't. I don't
Yeah.
have an agenda. But my daughters, I tend to have an agenda. It's getting in my way. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, did you know the story from Bill Pettit and his wife, Linda, when they were dating? Did you hear that story? This,
I think I have, but if you can remember it, I would love to hear it.
yeah, you'll like this. So they had just met and they were dating, and so one day Linda says to Bill, "Bill, you're a really nice man, But can you stop talking about the three principles, please? So did you heard him say that? So Bill said, "Oh, okay, I'll do that." And he did. He was a good boy. He stopped talking about the three principles. And one day they went through something really difficult. And he took it so calm and he was so cool and calm about it. Afterwards, she said to him, "Was that because of what you know about those three principles?" He said, "Yeah, I think so, probably." So she said, "Well, teach me, please."
I do love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it says
I
so.
think that's really how it has to happen.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I know I'm the one in the way. I know that.
But now maybe you know it a little more,
Yeah.
a little deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My old boyfriend, I got some insights through the three print. I mean, I was definitely, this was 2013 and the end of it. And I definitely saw truth in it. And he was always, not always depressed, but very often depressed. And I would always try and get him out of it. And I stopped trying to get him out of it. And he noticed that change. So he got interested in it. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's
I think
tricky.
yeah,
You know, when we have something that helps us so much, we just want to share it with everybody.
exactly.
Want to
Yeah.
shout it from the rooftops.
Yeah.
But that is just going to make people push back more.
Yeah. And I did that in the beginning with clients. I was just so excited about it. But I've gotten yeah. I mean, they either get it or they don't. And I just have to love them regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, my daughters, I can do that same thing because I do love them regardless. I just forget about, get in my head.
Yeah. Well, you want them to have an easier time of
Um,
life.
exactly. Yeah, I'm caring too much. They'll be fine regardless. They're going to be fine regardless. Yeah,
Because it's easy to get in our heads, especially with relatives who we're really close to. And we
right.
want to drop into our heart and just love them.
Yeah,
Just love them. And you never know, something will come without you, like you said, having an agenda.
yeah, yeah,
You set the agenda aside and stuff will come to you out of the blue.
yeah,
And then they'll get curious.
yeah.
But everybody, I don't know, but everybody, I mean, a lot of people talk about that.
Yeah, oh yeah,
that
yeah. Because
whenever
you
they,
get so excited. Yeah. And I'm thinking, I just want this to carry on through them, and my grandchildren, that's so I've got to forget all that. I
yeah.
just, yeah, let that be. Let
By
that,
your grandchildren, send them, what is a thought? Jack Pransky's books for
I
kids.
already have, I already have.
That'll rub off on them. That's got to.
I know. I was so dipped because I wanted to. I've, I've sent my daughters some of Sid's books. I mean, they haven't read them, but I wanted to get my grandchildren, even though they're too little, the Dear Liza book. It's out of print,
Somebody
No,
else
you can
said
get
that.
it. I
Yeah.
ordered it.
but it's like $80 or $1,000, right?
Oh, 11.94. I got it through it's bookdepository.com.
Oh my God. Okay.
Not there yet, but I pre-ordered it, and I think the last I looked, it's going to be ready in like 40 days to print, and it's the UK edition, and they ship for free because yeah, I was finding it. I have every book but Dear Liza now, and I did some. I'm a sleuther, so they were selling them for $100, and I'm like no, and I don't have that money.
Exactly.
Yeah, but for $11, yes. and it's just bookdepository.com. It kind of
And
shows
so
up with
this is
other,
in UK? This is in
yeah.
UK.
And then I read something they were hooked up with Amazon, but I'm not really sure what the deal is, but it's
Yeah.
legitimate and everything. So yeah, just
Okay.
check it out. I
Oh,
was
I'm so
shocked.
glad I said that. Good.
Yeah, it will take a while, but I haven't got to, I'm starting several of them. I need to start from the beginning and finish one. I have read Second Chance always.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Somebody, I think, said that they couldn't find the Enlightened Gardener.
Right.
And Lone Pine, I know, is in the middle of printing the next edition, probably of Dear Liza
Really?
also. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the Revisited that I had a hard time getting.
Yeah,
And
I get it
it went,
right.
Did you try sidbanks.com? If you can't
yeah,
get it
they're
on
all
Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a good thing. It's a really good thing, but we want the books back. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The books
Yeah.
are magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Dear Liza, that's just, I cry every time I read it. It
I
is
know.
so dear. Oh my gosh.
Huh?
Such a sweet story.
Yeah. 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 I know. I love the letters.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't get to listen to you did some you read some of the letters on YouTube, but I'm still trying to catch up with all the different lessons. I listened to a few today. And I think I'd listened to one of the letters, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting slowly but surely.
I
Yeah.
know. I mean, it's so much, there's so much information everywhere. Oh my gosh. We could just do that all day and get nothing done.
Right.
I had to slow down a bit
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
yeah.
It's yeah, there's just a lot of information. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to go on information overload because then you're up in your head again.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
found that I had to go, yeah,
it gets to be too much.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
There's how many Three Principles Facebook groups now?
Oh my
You
goodness.
can't even count them all anymore.
Yeah.
It's wonderful
Really?
that it's catching on in the world, but we've really, you know, that's why I just like going back to the
Yeah.
the person who uncovered
Yeah.
back to Sid's writings.
Yeah.
He's the one person that uncovered this inside out understanding. And, look at the ripple effect that has had
Yeah.
everywhere in the world. It's wild.
It is wild.
Yeah. But that's because it helps people, really helps people to understand where their experience is coming from. As long as you think it's coming from out there, you're going to be dueling with what's going on out there.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be in a fight with what's out there, which doesn't mean that people sit back. I mean, look at there's Amy Mills and a bunch of people from the Three Principles community who are activists in the world. That's their thing. That's fine
Yeah.
if they do it with love and compassion. Yeah.
Yeah, this has helped me rediscover love as well. The my I don't want to say I'm going to work on anything because we know how that goes, but being judgmental.
Yeah.
I I'm losing that. Yeah, again not working on it. It's just going away by itself.
I
That's
know.
kind of with neighbors and
Yeah.
like I
And
was
it,
always complaining, and now I'm like, well, he's doing the best that he can do, or
yeah.
who, I don't want to talk too loud. The windows are open, but whoever, they're doing the best they can do with what they know, and we're all one, and yeah, There's
Yeah.
no need to judge them. And I still have to remind myself of that.
I know, me too. And I can feel when I'm starting to judge because it does not feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
getting that
yeah,
feeling,
yeah,
right? It just
yeah.
feels like
My head
grating.
rearing, it's like my head is rearing up. Yeah. But it is so fun to just have a conversation and no judgment comes in. That is
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so fun. And I never had that before. Because judgment would
Mm.
always, I don't care who I was talking with. Yeah, it would always pop in.
Yep.
'Cause I thought it was true. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. If you believe
On
everything you think, right?
Yeah.
It
Uh,
masquerades as absolute truth.
mhm.
And that's the illusion.
Yep. Yeah. We
Are
didn't
either
know
of you
though.
reading In Quest of the Pearl?
Yeah.
I've already
Yeah.
finished that.
Yeah, it's a lovely book also.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm going to do some quickies on, because I've highlighted some of the pages
Mhm.
that really, I just love the passages. So I'll make some of those. Do you find those helpful when you have time to listen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had an insight off the one, the comparisons one that you did. I was yeah. I and that was a little short one. In fact, a couple of them. I forget the remarks I put on them. Well, I remember the one, but not the exact words. But yeah, some
So
of
it
the
was
early
just one
ones.
of the like 5 or 10 minute ones. Is that what you mean? Oh,
Yeah, I forget in one of the earlier ones, not the letters, but you did one on comparisons and how we compare ourselves. With,
Mhm.
oh, they're better than me, or bodies, this and that.
oh, yeah.
That kind of had a lot of revelations in there.
Oh,
Things I already knew, but you see them like the C, the capitals, uppercase C, and hearing. It's like,
oh, yeah. All capitals, seeing and hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah. And then I forgot what the other one was. Like I said, I've had so many. I actually did start. Some people say don't take notes, and then other people, whatever. So I just not really just simple notes because it's fun to go back and read it because
Yeah.
I literally have lost track of all the. I just had so like, oh, and then they're kind of elusive, but they've changed my behavior
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
me doing anything. There's the no work thing. It's just it's become almost automatic. A lot of the stuff, like I said, I'll get the old thought and I'll go, no, not so much, and move on. But
Yeah.
some of it, yeah, it's doing it. It's doing its magic all by itself.
Yeah, that is true. And you know what, Lori?
What,
You
Julian?
said when I was talking about my daughters and me getting,
Worked up.
worked up, you said, I think you've had an insight. And you know what? I have, because I had the thought that I don't want these principles to die with me. I want them to go on with my kids and grandchildren. But that has just that thought kind of keeps it agenda going,
Yep.
you know?
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you can
That
see how
keeps that
easy it
agenda
is.
going. Yeah,
So easy to get caught up in that, I'm
it
sure.
is. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I did. Now that's good. That's really good.
That is good. Yeah. Because really the what Sid talked about was love.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the minute we want them to learn, it gets really conceptual then. If we
Yeah.
want them to learn, it's an inside out world. And, we've got, like you
I
say,
don't want it to die. I don't want the three principles to die with me. Oh my
yeah,
God.
right.
That's craziness.
Isn't it great we can laugh at ourselves? That in itself, what a gift that is to be able to, wake up to
I
our
know.
own thinking and be able to laugh about it.
I know. Uh,
How, I mean, what a gift that is, that we can laugh at ourselves and realize, we're just human. We're so human.
The human condition.
Yeah.
That's what that's another thing I've been explaining to the boyfriend is, we're all gonna, like, when I go back to my old behavior, I say, well, I can't be perfect all the time. It's the human condition. I mean,
Well,
not everyone,
what's
Mother
that?
Teresa. Nobody can be Mother Teresa all day long.
Not even Mother Teresa, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm curious. We got to go soon, but I'm so curious. How did your boyfriend wind up reading Second Chance? How did that even take place? He saw
Because I
you
told
reading
him,
it?
oh yeah, he knows that I was, he's been in on listening to me trying to sleuth and find different ways to find the book because they were all so expensive or out of print. So,
Oh,
and that's
wow.
fun for me. So, told him about that, and I said, "This book is good." So, uh, yeah, he's reading a little bit.
Oh, that's
They
so
all,
good.
it's in the bathroom. I already read it, so but if that works, that works. And I see and I look to see where if the markers move, and it has. Sorry, I'm still human.
Oh my.
Trickery. Is that it? Trickery.
Just
Wow.
concerned. Innocent. Innocent. Yeah.
Innocent, right? I mean, it wasn't like you were recommending it. You never recommended it. He just kind of got curious, seeing you and your interests, and he's interested in your interests.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Is this a new relationship? No.
No,
So
about 7 years. It's the longest relationship I've ever.
7 years. So he's seen a change in you.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
so that's how
so
he got curious. He
wonderful.
must have gotten curious seeing how you've changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I think.
that's how it happens.
Yep.
That's like Linda saying to Bill, okay, something's different about you than me, and I want to learn it. Teach me.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah,
She was open. Yeah.
I want what she's having.
Yes.
Remember that movie? That was a famous line.
Yep.
Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan.
Yep.
Yeah, that was so funny. It's a great scene. But I think that's how it works out,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Well, ladies,
I know this
it's,
is sad.
yeah, well, I'm just going to keep going. So jump on, and I'll post in the Facebook group when we're going to meet again. And we're just going to grow from here. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Just be more people. It's capturing the right um, time frame. It's a little tricky with people from all different places. Somebody's going to be joining us from Sweden and Australia.
That's
Isn't
wonderful.
that great? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm excited. So you'll know when we're meeting next. I'm going to take a week off and then we're going to start up again. Yeah, second week in November. So I'm actually taking 2 weeks, I guess. Second week in November.
And what
Yeah.
book are you going to start with?
Which book?
Yeah, Second Chance again, or?
Well, that's a really good question. What do you think? What are you thinking?
I don't know.
I think it's a good starting place for people who are new.
Yeah. It was his first book, right?
The first book he wrote. But
Yeah.
we could also maybe this one, you made me think of something, Joanne. Maybe we'll start with The Missing Link,
Mm-hmm.
just so all of you who have already done Second Chance don't get bored.
Never.
Yeah, right. You can't ever get bored. That's true. You could read Second Chance so many times. So, I'm totally open to
Yeah.
letting the conveyor of life move us along here. We're going to see, where everybody's interest is, and we'll go in that direction. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So the next 2 weeks, I'll just be posting. I'll still do as close to everyday postings as I can in The Secret of the Pearl. And as soon as the new group sends in their pretest, they can start watching what's already on YouTube. I just have to remember to tell them to watch it backwards because it piles up backwards. You have to start at the bottom and work your way up. I tried to correct for that, and I made a bigger mess. Everything got in like this knot. So I'm just going with the flow of the way it piles up one on top of the other. And then you just know to go from the bottom up. Hey, that's kind of like a rising consciousness, going from the bottom up, right?
Well, that's so true. Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you so much for being part of this first round.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you
sit
so
there
much.
with me. And
Thank
we're just going to keep growing and learning and evolving together.
Yeah.
Bring your boyfriend sometime. Would he come?
I try. I got him to sit through something on a Sunday one day for about 10 minutes, and he goes, "Oh, I liked it," and then he was out in the backyard. But yeah, as time goes by, I don't need to push him. He'll come along.
You'll come.
Yeah, that's the perfect attitude. You invite him and you don't have anything on whether he comes or not. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All right, ladies. Have a good rest of the day, evening, and I'll see you on Facebook.
Yeah. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank
thank
you so much. It wouldn't have happened without you two. Yeah.
thanks.
Oh, and there are others. There are others. Yes, there are.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Night, night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.